In this video, I'm going to give an overview on the most commonly used flow types. Salesforce has several flow types, but in practice, there are 5 that are most commonly used by Salesforce professionals. Those 5 being record-triggered before save flows, record-triggered after save flows, schedule-triggered flows, screen flows, and auto-launch flows. Let's go ahead and break down each of these with quick examples so that you'll know exactly when to use each one. So we'll start with record-triggered before save flows. So this type of flow runs before the record is saved to the database. These flows are best for fast field updates on the same record. The flow is automatically launched when the record's triggered, so whether it's created or updated or both. A good example of a record triggered before save flow would be when a loan application record is created, automatically set the priority of the record to high if the loan amount is greater than $100,000. So in this example, the loan application record is the record being triggered, and it's also the record being updated. So we're updating the priority field on the loan application record. Next, we have record triggered after save flows. Unlike the before save flow, after save flows are run after the record saved to the database, which is useful when you want to create or update related records, send emails, or perform actions that require a record ID. Just like the before save flows, after save flows are automatically launched after the record is triggered by whatever entry criteria you set. A good example of a record triggered after save flow is when a new financial account is open and you want to automatically create the required document checklist items and assign it to the compliance officer. In this example, the triggering record, which is the financial account, is updating a related record, which is the document checklist item record. I plan on creating a video in the future that explains the before and after save in a little bit more detail. But in short, you would use a before save if you want to make quick updates on the same triggering record, and you'll use an after save if you want to perform actions on related records or anything that needs the record ID. So if we move on to schedule-triggered flows, just like the name suggests, these flows run on a schedule to process records in batches, and they're best used for operational jobs and reminders. These flows are launched based on the scheduled intervals you set, for example, daily, weekly, or hourly. A good example of a schedule-triggered flow is if every morning at 8 a.m. you wanted to check all opportunities in a stage of submitted and have been in that stage for more than 30 days, the flow would then send reminders to the RMs assigned to the opportunities that meet that criteria. The next flow type we have are screen flows. A screen flow is an interactive flow with screens for guided user input. These flows are perfect for data capture and step-by-step processes that users need to follow. There are several ways screen flows can be launched. They can be launched from buttons, lightning pages, the utility bar, and several other places. A good example of a screen flow would be when a financial advisor runs a client onboarding flow. A screen would pop up where the financial advisor could enter things such as financial goals, employment details, and family members. The flow would then update a record such as the household record, saving the advisor time from having to navigate to more than one place to input that data. And then lastly, we have auto-launch flows, which are not triggered. An auto-launch flow is a reusable flow with no UI, and it only runs when it's called. It's great for reusable and shared business logic. Auto-launch flows can be invoked by Apex, Process Builder, another flow, or an API. And a good example of an auto-launch flow would be an error handling flow that other flows can call. For example, if a credit scoring subflow fails, we could have an auto-launch flow that creates a case so all issues are tracked in one place. So I know I went through that fairly quickly, but those are the 5 flow types that you'll use most often. If you can learn these well, you'll be able to handle most Salesforce Flow use cases. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.